Hi, I'm Ryan.
I'm Dillon.
And welcome to the Adaptation Station Season 2 ratings recap, review, statistics, everything you might want. So the show or the episode where we go through all the whole list of everything we've done, Season 1 and Season 2. We will give you the whole list of their rankings, everything that we did, books and movies. As well as answer some of your burning questions.
Oh, yeah. After 2 full seasons, we can really look at the questions. Is the book always better than the movie? People say that a lot.
Yeah. Or are we biased and swayed by the first thing that we experience first? Do we always rate that higher?
Like if you watch the movie first, you won't like the book because it's boring. Well, we will give you those answers.
32 things total, 16 books, 16 movies.
It's a lot of things.
We'll give you what it looks like right now.
Yeah. But first, let's just look at everything, right? The combined ranking, through real fast. All of ours together. What's the best? What's the worst? The number one best thing was Why Don't You Dance? The short story, followed closely by Sphere by Michael Crichton, the book, my favorite one personally. Then All the Pretty Horses book, Under the Skin book, 10 Things I Hate About You, the movie, Drive My Car, the movie. Those two were tied for number 5. So coming in at number 7, we have NW, the book.
The first thing from season 2, not until number 7.
Not cracking the top 5 quite, but I'm happy that NW made it somewhere close to the top. Then we have a 3-way tie for number 8 is the Green Mile movie, the Sphere movie, and then the Bullet Train book. Then we have at 11 and 12, the Prestige movie, and then the Prestige book right below that. After that, we have at number 13, the Bullet Train movie, then Under the Skin movie at 14, 15, The Green Knight, followed closely by Everything Must Go, the movie. Then we have 2 at number 17, The Green Mile book and The Black Phone short story. 2 in the place of number 19, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, and 12th Night, both the book and play there. Then we have at number 21, the Black Phone movie. Then pretty far from the book at number 22, we have the NW movie. Also far from the book, which was in the top 5. We have All the Pretty Horses movie tied for spot number 23 with the Drive My Car book.
The short story,
The short story, yeah. Also far from the movie.
Yeah.
Then we have at number 25 from season 2, the Jackie Brown movie. Sorry, Tarantino. Then tied for number 26, we have the Last Duel book and then the She's the Man movie, followed by the Last Duel movie. And then at 29, we have The Taming of the Shrew, play by Shakespeare. Coming in at number 30, we have Rum Punch, the book. And then, of course, at 31 and 32, at the very bottom, we have Interview with the Vampire, the movie being slightly better than the book.
Yeah, and you're familiar with that if you just watched the last episode
that was
of season 2.
Contentious, controversial one. So those might be at the bottom for a while.
Yeah, so now that we've gone through that whole list, we're going to just look at... So what we did at the end of season 1 with this recap was we gave you each of our recommendations for our top 5s of books or movies that we liked, and then we gave you our recommendations from the show, our combined ratings, top 3 books, top 3 movies. We're not going to do that again here because, as you kind of could see from the top of that list,
it's all the same.
It's
right?
very well, yeah. Our total
Pretty
list, the
much
top
the
5 is the same. Which means our show recommendations, our top 3s are the same as last season, and our individual top 5s are very much the same. There's only a few slight differences.
Yeah, NW made it into mine, but
the Prestige made it into mine, the book. So
that's the only difference.
I think that's pretty much the only difference. Not enough to talk about. So what we're going to do is look at some interesting statistics about our ratings, and the first one is related to that. The whole we were like, oh, is season 1 better than season 2? Did we like all the things in season 1 better than season 2? Yeah. So we looked at that, and here's what it turns out. Our average scores our average combined scores for books and movies, season 1, 7.525.
Good score. 7.5.
But our average from books and movies, season 2, 6.918.
So not even
significantly lower, more than half a point
yeah.
difference between season 1 and season 2. So no surprise after looking at that season 2 didn't affect
confirmed.
our tops.
Yeah. I was thinking that while we were going through this new season, I was feeling like, I'm not really liking these things as much as last time.
Well, I mean, we didn't.
And yeah, clearly we didn't. It wasn't just a feeling, but the numbers confirm it. But hopefully next season, it'll be even higher than 7.5.
Yeah.
I always go into reading a book or watching a movie hoping I'll enjoy it. So
yeah.
This isn't on purpose. I don't think we're becoming more cynical or something like that.
No. But it also is possibly true that a couple things from this most recent season brought that down. Interview with a Vampire.
For sure.
And
for me, yeah.
Some of your scores actually also for Rum Punch Jackie Brown were pretty low.
Those were pretty low.
Rum Punch in particular.
Yeah, the book. And Sphere is still my favorite thing. So that was from season 1, high score.
Well, obviously I had a 10 in season
10.
1.
Yeah, so we just had some high highs in the season 1 and some low lows.
Well, and we
2.
Also for season 1 got to kind of pick our favorite things.
That's true. Those were the ones we really wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
we'll have to look forward to new favorites as we go to the
we can always discover new favorites and keep the comments coming to give us some recommendations.
Exactly.
Okay. The next question. The one that I was really wondering before we even made one episode is about the question, is the book always better than the movie? I love reading. I feel like I like reading in general more than watching movies. Mm-hmm. But now that we've done this experiment for 2 seasons, 32 things, we have some data.
Yeah, and while we can't say every book is better than a movie, we know that's not true. But on average, we looked at, the book scores versus the movie scores. On average, we rate the book, drum roll, 0.075 better than the movie. So
the book is higher on average.
But not really by very much at all.
Not even a percent, not even 0.1%, right?
Yeah. No, not 0.1%. 0.1 of a rating.
Of a rating point. Yeah, not even percentages.
Yeah. So so by less than
we can't even rate by that.
Then we can't even rate by 0.0 anything. We get our averages. Our averages can go, with the granularity of 0.05, but we can only rate by 0.1,
Yeah. So this is not even significant figures, statistically speaking.
Yeah.
So basically, on average so far, the book and the movie are
pretty equal.
On par.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could say the book has a slight edge, which makes sense. It's the first rendition of the thing. It's how the story was told first. We haven't done any movie to book combos yet, where it was a movie first that was novelized. But maybe we will in the future.
Yeah, so the next thing then we wanted to see was... is the thing that we experience first always better? Do we always rate it higher than the second thing?
Well, we always like the first thing just because of bias. That's how we absorb the story first, whether it's the book or the movie.
And that was our suspicion was, probably.
Yeah, the second one will be boring because you already know what's going to happen. You already... have a bias toward the first way you had it.
So, I guess we'll start with you. We crunched the numbers, and on average, you rate the first thing that you experienced 0.175 higher than the second. So, definitely more significant than 0.075 kind of a thing.
Yeah,
it's like significant. It's almost 0.2.
0.2, basically. So, I like the first thing more than the second one by a little bit.
But me, I like the first thing on average 1.1 points rating points better than the second thing.
That's a big difference.
So very significant difference there.
A little more than a full point.
More than a full point better.
Yeah.
So I definitely have some bias there toward the first thing that I experienced.
It's interesting because if you told me just 1.1, that doesn't sound like that much of a difference. But compared to mine, where it's not even, a quarter of a point, that's a big difference between
you're
ours.
pretty unbiased. That tells me you're able to like wipe the slate clean when you do the second thing and kind of just separate the two things. Whereas I'm like, no, that's not how it happened.
You're sticking to like, the way you want it to be. Yeah, that's funny. I do remember, I feel like there's quite a few times where I rated the second thing higher than the first thing. I mean, this season, Interview with the Vampire, I liked the movie better.
A whole point better. But
yeah, same thing with Jackie Brown. I read the book first, and then I liked the movie better. So there's been a few times where I liked the second thing I got.
Whereas most of the time I'm thinking I like the first thing better.
Yeah.
And most of the things right now that I'm going through off the top of my head, I liked the first thing better.
Mm-hmm.
Sphere is an exception.
Oh, yeah.
I like the book better.
The movie first.
But I watched the movie first. Anyway, but that's only one thing.
Yeah, and then a lot of mine were really close, I think, from what I remember. Like All the Pretty Horses, I had them like almost the same for the book and the movie.
Well, and I had that book way higher than the movie. I had the book was a 9.3 and the movie was a 6.
That's what did this to you. Yeah, you have those big gaps.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So in that same vein, the last thing that we looked at was on average, what do we rate stuff on average? Like all of my ratings on average, what are they versus yours?
So what are our average single ratings as a reviewer in general?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your average rating?
It was 7.84.
7.84. That's
very high. It's almost an 8.
Close to an 8. Yeah. That is really high. And my average is 7.31. So like a lower 7.
So yeah, I rate things like half a point higher than you on average.
That is interesting because I mean we're both in the 7 range, which is good. Mm-hmm. It means we're not too harsh, not too, forgiving where we give everything a 10.
Yeah.
7 range is good, but I usually think I'm a pretty high rater of things.
I generally think that you rate most things higher than I do, but it might be just a few outliers here that pull this around.
Batch. Yeah.
I have a 10.
Yeah, I have a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, so
that pulls mine down quite a bit.
I think that maybe just those things make this difference.
That's got to be it, because I do feel like, especially with movies, I tend to rate them pretty high. I think it's because I like reading more. I'm a little more I think about my rating.
You're a little more critical.
Yeah, I'm just easily entertained by a movie. I'm like, it was great. 9 out of 10. Yeah, I think about it more with books. So, we'll see if our averages get closer with more books and movies over time, with less outliers pulling us in either direction. So those are our statistics for today. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us what you thought about season 2 and season 1, if you're just seeing season 1.
Was season 1 really better than season 2, like we think? And give us some ideas for our future seasons, because obviously we put our favorites in season 1, but I'm sure there's lots of hidden gems out there we don't know about. So comment your book to movie pairs.
Yeah, and if you need some other books to rate, we have some books available that you can buy. So we'll put the links in the description for that. Check those out. Send us your ratings, even if they're bad. We could start accumulating the ratings of our own books.
That would be cool. Yeah. Give us some book reviews. And be honest.
Yeah. And stick around, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, tell your friends, and stay tuned for season 3.
Yeah. We'll see you next year. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.